There is a bug that happens in the game when you die that someone who played the game reported. So when you are dead, you can press escape to unpause the game. In which case you have to know that you have to press escape to open that menu again. We might not want that. I'm noticing that the you died is also a bit offset here, that we have to recenter it. But first things first, we want to prevent the player from unpausing when they are dead. So for that, let's open the user interface scene, and the pause menu is controlled in the user interface script. So let's open that. So when you die, the player died signal is emitted. You pass through that callback function. The game is paused, opening the menu, and the title is set to you died. This just pauses the game, but then if you press the pause action, escape, in our case, it's going to just unpause the game. So here, we could add a new property to say that the player is dead, and just if it's dead, you don't unpause. Another option is to use the pause titles text to check if we're on the died menu or not. So we can say if the action pause is pressed in the unhandled input function and pause titles text is not equal to you died, then we can unpause the game. Look at the result. Well, I'm going to die here. If I press escape, it's not going to do anything in that case. I can only click the buttons. Retry, retries the game, etc. Bug fixed. This might seem strange to some of you because you'll see that a lot of people will use booleans, will add extra variables to handle those kinds of problems. It's actually something you should avoid. The fewer properties you create in your code, the fewer bugs you will create. This is not necessarily the best way to solve the bug while really patching the game here. You might want to move that message to some constant. For instance, we could have a constant at the top of the script. Side message. And you could say, you died. That way you can't make a typo if you replace the hard written message by the died message constant. And that is it for this issue. When it comes to the text title, it's already set to be center aligned, and I think that the align problem comes from the text box, that when you change the text, we can try here, you died, yeah, it's going to push the text box to the right. So the issue is that there is not enough space in the text box to make room for the you died text message. So we have to alt-click on the handles with the move tool selected as usual to make a little more horizontal space for the you died text. Another option to fix that bug would be to have a completely different pause menu and you died menu with possibly different options. That would probably be more flexible because in a full game you might want to differentiate the two menus, to have an inventory, to have something in the pause menu, but when you died to only have retry, main screen and quit, for example. With that, if you find any bug, you can find a link to the code repository below the video. I invite you to report issues there.